And what a better way to start this year 2025 that with music, because music can speak for ourselves many times much better that we can actually do to put into words what our emotions and purposes, ideas and illusions are. And so, for that purpose, I would like to share with you my thoughts and my best wishes for this year 2025, and we're going to do it with four of it won't be a surprise, the four scenes that I am proposing to you, because if you have followed closely our podcast episodes or the video blog entries or any of the content on YouTube or the streaming platforms, then you are aware, and these scenes will be familiar to you, as this will not be the first time that I use them to illustrate a point in the content of this podcast. So, the first scenes we are going to start with the very, 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 very impressive scene with in the voice of the Turkish soprano Leyla Gencer. We are, of course, referring to the scene that is called Figlia Impura di Bolena, the one that I have referred a couple of times, and that Leyla Gencer in this live recording does splendid. It's just amazing how she goes for it. And so, my first invite to open this 2025 is to enjoy and take. I was going to tell you, take a look, but let's take an ear on the mastery of of the soprano, the Turkish singer Leyla Gencer, as she faces her um, sister, the other queen, Elisabetta. I'm not going to be sharing with you more details on the plot because that is not important today. What matters is the music and the immense drama that Leila portrays here.
Figlia impura di Bolena, magnitudi di dolore, vincitrice di uscire, in te cade il mio rossore.
I have referred several times to the mastery of Maestro Donizetti on building the drama for this scene as the two queens, the queen confrontation scene, also known as that, with the pink-haired Leila Gencer confronting Elisabetta. Now to go for the great finale in a amazing concertante. Of course, there is a cut in this part. Some of the parts have been suppressed just to, in the understanding of the orchestra director, in drama building, and we are going to listen to the splendid, a very splendid high note, the voice of the Turkish soprano Leyla Gencer. my God, what a way to open this 2025 with the voice of Leila Gencher and her amazing note at the end above, well, that we can hear perfectly among the other voices and the orchestra. But let's go for the second proposal that is going to be from another opera by Maestro Donizetti. In this case, we are referring to Anna Bolena. I am talking about the duet between um, Seymour and Anna herself. This is sort of a confrontation also. This is known usually as Sul suo capo aggravi un dio. We are going to listen to it in the voice of Callas and Simeonato. Of course, this is a duet of extreme energy. We have here two of the greatest voices of the past century in one of the most accomplished scenes written by Maestro Donizetti. So let's go and listen to it. Of course, an electrifying scene to wrap up this, well, an amazing note to wrap up this scene from the opera Anna Bolena by Maestro Donizetti in two of the greatest voices of the past century, of course, referring to Maria Callas and Giulietta Simeonato herself. Another confrontation, which is just splendid. Again, Maestro Donizetti really knew how to build drama. And we're going for our third proposal of the day. And the third proposal comes from Maestro Giuseppe Verdi. In this case, we are talking about Ettore Bastianini, the great baritone of the past century, and Giuseppe Di Stefano. Of course, this can be controversial because people may say, hey, but Di Stefano was not the best Don Alvaro that we have heard. And yes, I agree to that. And you will hear at the end of today's video why I wanted to have him as an example of the final part of this duet between Don Carlo and Don Alvaro. This duet called In vano Alvaro ti celasti al mondo, year 1960, because even if Giuseppe Di Stefano is not the heaviest and the best voice for this role, he certainly gives everything he can. And this, of course, it was one of the most difficult scenes for the baritone and tenor tessituras. And from my perspective, another of the one of the most accomplished scenes also by Maestro Verdi. Another confrontation scene, by the way.
Ti consacra il disonore segnasti la tua sorte segnasti la tua sorte forte vieni forte vieni vieni forte
another live recording with, of course, all the energy from the applause of the public. And fortunately for everyone here, me and for you listening to this video, to this entry, I am muting while I play this. Uh, Parts of the videos that I am sharing because while I am muting it, I am singing along because there is something that I wanted to tell you, and that is part of the reason of why I chose these scenes. Because not only because they are full of drama, effective, because when the singer has a possibility of singing them, one really feels like powerful. I mean, when you can go on a duet with a baritone, or if you are the baritone and you can say amor tendiam, amor tendiam, and then you can go for your high note, and then you can feel like you can conquer the world. But now let's go for my fourth suggestion for this wrapping up of the year 2024 with all our expectations for year 2025. I am referring again, if you have heard, if you are aware of the materials, we have already talked about Andrea Chénier, one of my favorite roles. From my perspective, the greatest tenor role as a tenor can ever sing. And this time we are having Jose Carreras, of course, live. And of course, again, you're going to say, but there are much greater voices. Like, of course, we can talk about Corelli and Del Monaco, huge, more powerful voices to sing the very complicated role of Andrea Chenier. But here we have a Jose Carreras, year 1985, still in good quality of his voice. Let's recall that he unfortunately had a cancer, and he managed to recover. He came back to on stage. Of course, here his voice never really fully recovered. But we have in Jose Carreras one of the persons who has challenged death, and that in this final part of the first aria of Andrea Chenier, Colpito qui m'avete, un dia l'azzurro spazio, sings for us the final part, which is very difficult and that to me really, really, really means a lot.
O giovinezza bella, d'un poeta non disprezzata il detto, udite, non conoscete amore, amore, addio amore, non lo schernir del mondo, anima e vita, dell'amor.
And with these final words from our poet, the poet soldier, that is Andrea Chenier, anima, vita, el amor, with all this energy that the singers, that music can bring to our lives, I would like to share with you my best wishes for you all on this year 2025, that all the courage, all the dignity, all the energy that you have, that you decide to go for it, as Leila Genscher decided to go and confront Elisabetta with and find and wrap it up with her high B. Go and confront all your problems, such as in the duet of Anna Bolena. You can always try and go for it. And even if you don't feel that you have all the resources, you can still challenge destiny and go like Giuseppe Di Stefano in this duet. And why not? I may not be the best fit, but I can give everything that I have in me. And the final word from Andrea Chenier, because love really is a very powerful word. That is why we have opera. We love singing because this is one of the most powerful words that we have humans in any of all the languages that we speak. May the year 2025 bring you all the best.